The pipeline is largely built, except for the leg that crosses the U.S. border. That section requires the president's signature. Protesters helped stall the project in 2011 because it was slated to run across a major freshwater aquifer, putting the water supply for millions at risk. Now Keystone XL is back with a new route. In a speech last June, Mr. Obama made this promise.
Allowing the Keystone Pipeline to be built requires a finding that doing so would be in our nation's interest. And our national interest will be served only if this project does not significantly exacerbate the problem of carbon pollution.
Opponents say mining tar sands uses vast amounts of energy and water and creates much more pollution than conventional oil production. Anthony Swift is an energy analyst with the Natural Resources Defense Council.
The whole point of Keystone XL is to get tar sands through the U.S. to the Gulf Coast where it can be refined and exported internationally. So you're left with increased carbon emissions, risks to our farms and our water sources along the route for very little benefit because it really is an export pipeline.
But recent polls show the majority of Americans back the plan. The pipeline is in the nation's best interest, say supporters like Sabrina Fang with the American Petroleum Institute.
It will be safe to operate and it will create jobs. And his own State Department has already said that it is safe to build in 4 previous environmental reviews, and we don't expect anything different from this 5th one.
Fang refers to a draft environmental impact statement released by the State Department last March, which concluded the pipeline would not significantly harm the environment. But Swift notes that 1.2 million people registered their opposition to that finding.
We know that the impacts of tar sand spills are far more significant than conventional crude spills. We found that in Mayflower, Arkansas, and Kalamazoo, Michigan, where, a tar sand spill of 800,000 gallons cost over $1 billion to clean. And in fact, the Kalamazoo River, over 3 years after that spill, is still contaminated with tar sands.
Oil industry executives are confident that safeguards will minimize such spills and that Canada will continue to produce tar sands no matter what. A defeat on this issue worries Anthony Swift.
In a large degree, Keystone XL is a decision of whether we continue pushing increasingly dirty energy sources or move toward clean alternatives.
President Obama will make his decision after the final State Department review. Rosanne Skirble, VOA News, Washington.